नमस्कार, मेरा नाम है राजीव कुमार बजाज यानी आरकेबी और मैं हूं इस वक्त एडवोकेट प्रदीप नंबिया जी के साथ। प्रदीप जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
और प्रदीप जी और मैं हम दोनों हैं कहाँ? नेशन नाउ पर, और नेशन नाउ हमेशा आपके साथ। जी हाँ, जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी, वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम।
राइट, एंड आप सब लोगों को अस्सलाम वालेकुम, सत श्री अकाल, गुड इवनिंग। चाइनीज में नहीं आओ, जापानीज में कोनिचिवा, in French, bonsoir. Pradeep ji.
Abario Kojambo to our viewers in East Africa, South Africa, the continent of Africa, wherever they speak Swahili.
Right, and this is a special show of the RKB show on Nation Now, where we are going to be talking to Dr. Zahir KAZI, President of the Anjuman-I-Islam, who's just received the Padma Shri for his contribution to the field of education, to the contribution to the field of medicine, and in fact, he's perhaps one of the greatest players at the moment, one of the most important people at the moment who has been trying to stop Muslim youth from radicalization. Pradeep ji, amazing
yes, that's
work.
A fantastic thing.
Amazing work.
Yes,
from Dr. Zahir KAZI. Let's go straight across to him. Zahir KAZI sahab, namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar.
How are you, sir? How are you, sir? How are you? Look at you.
All well.
Looking so dapper and handsome, just like Marlon Brando. Wonderful, really and truly wonderful. My name is Rajiv K. Bajaj, that is RKB. With me is Advocate Pradeep Nambiarji. We do this show together. It is the channel, of course, is Nation Now. And first, congratulations, sir, on being awarded with the Padma Shri. And I must tell our viewers, हम अपने दर्शकों को मुझे ये बताना बहुत जरूरी है कि सर का जो बर्थडे है वो 26 जनवरी है, रिपब्लिक डे। तो आप रिपब्लिक डे के दिन पैदा हुए सर? You were born on 26th of January.
That's right, that's right.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So tell us a bit about yourself, sir. As far as you are concerned, you are a medical doctor. You've studied medicine, you've done your speciality, and then via the Anjuman-I-Islam, you manage so many schools. So what do you think ought to be the priority of the youth in general, not just Muslim youth, but youth in general in India? Dr. KAZI. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear just now. The priority for our youth is to get quality education, which is also multi-skill, re-skilled education, so that we are in tune with what the world is all about. And I think India is one of the greatest country which has finest HR, human resources, and many of us who are beyond in India, they are the greatest performers. So we have inherited a talent amongst us, and we need to channelize it in a proper way. And quality education in tune with what is happening around the world is most important. And my organization, that is Anjuman-I-Islam, is in service of imparting quality education for almost 150 years. I'm very happy and proud to let you know this is one of the inclusive organizations from the time of its inception, because the founding fathers of Anjuman-I-Islam way back in 1874 were the ones who were part of the freedom struggle of India.
Yes.
And one of them happens to be Justice Badruddin Tayyibji. If you recollect,
yes,
he was...
of course. He used to write for the Statesman, I still remember. And I also remember interviewing him. Sir, Badruddin Tayyibji sahab. Ji, boliye sir, please.
That is his grandson.
Oh,
same
that's
name.
His grandson. Okay.
Yeah, Badruddin. I'm talking of Badruddin Tayyibji way back.
The freedom fighter. All right.
Yeah, freedom fighter. He was the first president of Indian National Congress.
Yes.
And when he took up as the judge of British India, Bombay High Court, he was the one who granted bail to Lokmanya Tilak, which was earlier refused by the earlier judges. So he was a man of substance. He loved his country, and therefore his family and other members of Anjuman were part of freedom of struggle of India, and many of them were in jail for many years. So they started an education for basically Muslims and others, so that it should be with a scientific temper. And started with about 3 teachers and 120 students. Today, we have about 110,000 students and about 97 institutions.
Wonderful.
We feel very honored and proud that we have maintained that legacy of inclusiveness. One interesting story about the first girls' school that Anjuman started way back 90 years ago. And those days, particularly from the Muslim community, the girls were not taking any education to any institution. So the first school was started by a Jewish lady, Miss Sampson. She was the principal, and the first vice principal was Miss Bharucha, a Parsi lady, and first head teacher of that school was a Saraswat Brahman, Mrs. Parulekar. So these three ladies of different faiths decided to start a Urdu medium school for the Muslim girls. What can be a better example of inclusiveness if you look at it? This was
So
happening about
a Jew, a Parsi, and a Maharashtrian Saraswat
Maharashtra.
Brahmin.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Kazi Saab, how do you know, the most important thing is that education has to keep pace with technology.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So how do you manage that? Because ये एक बहुत बड़ा challenge है where our education system is concerned now, because technology is way ahead, but education is still lagging back. How do you fuse them together?
We are very fortunate that our core competency is Institute of Technologies. We have about amongst multiple institutions, there are 4 polytechnics, 2 engineering colleges, and our schools at primary and secondary level take the advantage of the technical human resources that we have. You will be happy to know that Anjuman-I-Islam is the first organization in India to have collaborated with MIT Boston, that is Massachusetts
Yes.
Institute of Technology, which is
Yes.
number 1 in the field of engineering. We had trained 6 of our teachers there. Their teachers have come here, and that collaboration is in full swing for last almost 2 years. And we have been able to introduce technological related subjects even at the primary and secondary level.
क्या
And
बात है, जबरदस्त.
some of our teachers are brand ambassadors for British Council as trainers, and they are doing a commendable job. Anjuman is marching ahead with the new technology for the simple reason that our teachers are very techno savvy, exceptionally committed. They come in time, but they work beyond time, and almost all of them are techno savvy. We have introduced smart boards, which is Tata Edge, it is called, from Tata and Sons, the
Ji,
most
ji,
advanced
ji.
technology, and it is being introduced even in primary and secondary schools.
So, काजी साहब, आप शुरू से मुंबई में रहे हैं, आप मुंबई का रहे हैं इफेक्टिवली. हाउ हैज मुंबई चेंज्ड? योर पर्सनल व्यू. मुंबई बदली किस तरीके से बदली है? क्या आपको बदला हुआ दिख रहा है मुंबई के अंदर? उस विषय में जरा बताएं.
Then Mumbai is a city of dreams. In fact, a
सर
person
थोड़ा
like
सा अगर थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बोलें, बहुत लोगों को और समझ में आ जाएगा. वील
हाँ,
टॉक
जी,
इन
जी,
इंग्लिश
जी.
एंड इन हिंदी बोथ. जी
जी
बोलिए
जी
सर प्लीज.
मुंबई सिटी जो है, ये एक ऐसी सिटी है जो जिसमें कोई भी आके कामयाबी हासिल कर सकता है अगर आप मेहनत करो तो.
दुरुस्त बात.
उसकी मिसाल एक मैं खुद आपके सामने हूँ. मैं आया मुंबई शहर गोवा से फॉर माई पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन मेडिसिन के लिए, और फिर बम्बई जैसा शहर ही नहीं ऐसा मुझे लगा, क्योंकि आप देखिए क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, आप मेडिकल कॉलेजेस देखिए, अस्पताल देखिए. आई थिंक मुंबई इज़ अनबिटेबल इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस और मेडिकल हेल्थ केयर ऑल्सो. और स्मॉल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स कैन फ्लरिश.
Yes.
जो सपना देख के आता है इस नगरी में, और वो मेहनत करता है तो कहीं से कहीं पहुंच जाता है.
और सपने सारे साकार होते हैं मुंबई में तकरीबन
मुंबई में,
तकरीबन
हाँ,
जितने भी
साकार
लोग आते
होने-
हैं. लाइक आई एम फ्रॉम दिल्ली, सो
जी.
आफ्टर आई केम टू बॉम्बे, एट दैट टाइम इट वाज बॉम्बे, लेटर ऑन ऑफ कोर्स 95 इट बिकेम मुंबई. तो मतलब वापस जाने का दिल ही नहीं किया दिल्ली. तो सर आप ये बताएंगे, व्हाट इज योर मैसेज फॉर मुस्लिम यूथ that they should not be misled? I know you are also involved in the de-radicalization program.
Yes,
So
yes,
what is
yes.
your, because देखिए साहब, whatever little I've read of the Holy Quran, the first words are ikra, that is education. You
Yes.
know, that is the duty of every Muslim to learn everything. So why don't we have that more emphasized more and more? जितनी भी तकरीरें होती हैं मस्जिद में वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, उसके ऊपर emphasize क्यों नहीं करते? हम लोग, मैं पूछना चाह रहा
मैं
हूँ
आपको ये
आपसे।
बताता चलूँ कि वो सिचुएशन अभी नहीं रहा,
जी।
क्योंकि जो भी नेशनल पैरामीटर्स है वो सब 2011 के है। उस तरह का डाटा अभी तक अवेलेबल नहीं है, लेकिन आप गुज़िश्ता 20 साल की तरफ देखें, जो हमारे ख़ास करके मुस्लिम माशरे में जो तरक्की हुई है, वो एक मिसाली है। आपको ग्रेजुएट्स, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स हर स्ट्रीम में नज़र आएंगे, और अगर एक सेंसस हो जाता है तो साल 2 साल के अंदर आपको करेक्ट पिक्चर आएगा, क्योंकि
करेक्ट।
एक मुस्लिम माशरे में ये तय कर लिया है कि हमारी जितनी डिफ़िकल्टीज़ हैं और कमज़ोरियाँ हैं, वो इसलिए कि हम तालीम याफ़्ता नहीं, यानी हम एजुकेशन की तरफ हमारी तवज्जो नहीं थी। लेकिन आजकल सिर्फ अंजुमन नहीं, पूरे हिंदुस्तान भर में, ख़ास करके वेस्टर्न साउथर्न इंडिया के अंदर बहुत प्रोग्रेस है इस मामले में, और बच्चे पढ़ भी रहे हैं, अच्छे अचीवर्स भी हैं। और मेरा मैसेज हमारे नौजवानों के लिए यही है कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन में आप तवज्जो दें। और मैंने पूरी दुनिया का सफ़र किया है, और मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा हमारे नौजवानों को कि हिंदुस्तान जैसा बेहतरीन मुल्क कोई भी नहीं है इस दुनिया में।
क्या बात है सर, प्रदीप जी।
And
Yeah.
it is the best country for all kinds of marginalized people, including minorities. मैंने पूरी दुनिया का सफ़र किया है। मैंने ये बात, मुझे हार्वर्ड में टेड लाइक टॉक के लिए बुलाया गया था कि 150 साल अंजुमन ने जो मुकम्मल किए, इसके बारे में आप बताइए। तो आई टोल्ड देम कि लुक, my experience tells me that India is a land of opportunities. There is rarely any discrimination. There are some aberrations in any country. Let us not take it up. Overall, we are probably the best country, and Anjuman is an shining example that it has grown in leaps and bounds almost 150 years without any speed breakers. Irrespective of what the government of the day is, we have never faced any discrimination. In particularly in last 10 years, I am emphasizing that we had a very, very comfortable journey.
Kazi sir, I want to know, you talked about a lot of things come from leadership. How do your inspiration where leadership is concerned, and how do you motivate the youth where leadership is concerned? Because it's very extremely difficult to get entire youth in one direction, pull them out, get them together, show them the direction, and you inspire them by leadership. Which leadership were you inspired by, and what is the example you give to the students?
I actually, people do ask me, how is that you became a doctor? I have my own story, I tell them. Apart from them, I pick up some of the stories from our own institutions, and especially of have-nots, given an opportunity to an access to a quality education, they perform so well. And many stories I tell them at the onset. For example, when there is an induction ceremony of students at various colleges, I make it a point to give them some of the stories which took place in our own institution. For example, I tell them about the two orphanages that we manage, girls' orphanages. We educate them, we settle them, and we get them married. So we say, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or Beti Basao. We even get them settled. So one of the stories goes this way. One girl who came to the orphanage at a tender age of 8 years, and she didn't know about who her parents were. And she took a quality education. She did her graduation. Then she did MBA in business management in one of our institutions. And she was among first three to be picked up at campus pickup. And she joined in a multinational e-commerce company. And today, she joined in 2006. She's a senior vice president. A girl from the orphanage could
Wow.
reach to that level.
Amazing.
What
Amazing.
better example you could have?
Fantastic.
And these girls get some wonderful proposals, orphanage girls. And the boy who proposed her happened to be the deputy chef of Chinese restaurant at Taj. He came to the restaurant, he came to the orphanage, said, I want to pick up this girl. I asked him, how come that you want to marry? He says, I want to be that privileged one to help out someone who have no parents. And they are living very happily now. They have got a son, and she's on a job. I think she has about 30 lakhs per annum, and husband is doing well. And she comes to the orphanage every 3 months and motivates the girls.
Fantastic. Sir,
So we,
there's a question for you. You've been running this institution now for some time, and I would like you, of course, to tell me about how did you get associated with the Anjuman-I-Islam, number one. And number two, if you look at the list of Indian CEOs of major US companies or major world companies, you'll find Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, Arvind Krishna. Arvind Krishna, of course, CEO and chairman of IBM, by the way. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet, which is Google. Satya Nadella is CEO of Microsoft. Shantanu Narayan is CEO of Adobe, that is the Adobe computer systems. Ajay Banga, CEO of the World Bank Group. Vivek Sankaran, CEO of Albertsons. Salil Parekh, CEO of Infosys. George Kurian, CEO of NetApp. Nikesh Arora, CEO of Palo Alto Networks. Vasant Narasimhan, CEO of Novartis. Leena Nair, CEO of Chanel, the cosmetic house, and so on and so forth. There is also, of course, Kevin Lobo and stuff like that. Sanjay Malhotra, Sundarlal Karsanbhai, CEO of Emerson Electricals. Anirudh Devgan, President and CEO of Cadence Design Systems, and so on and so forth. I don't see any Muslim name here. When do you think our Muslim boys and girls will also start becoming CEOs, MDs, or chairmen of these huge multinational corporations?
yeah, there are few of them. To name one of the alumni of Anjuman-I-Islam who studied in the school here and was graduated from IIT Powai. He takes pride saying that I'm an alumnus of Anjuman-I-Islam, and he was G Capital's CEO.
Gee.
Then there is another person called Mr. Nathani, Latif Nathani. He was occupying third position in Microsoft. Now he is the CEO of another artificial intelligence related company in the United States of America. If you see the list of alumni of Anjuman-I-Islam, our own general secretary who worked under me, retired about 2 years ago at the age of 93, he was the managing director of Voltas International Limited.
Gee.
And one of the joint secretaries who has joined us was CEO of Tata Chemicals. He was an alumni of Anjuman-I-Islam.
CEO of Tata Chemicals, wow.
Yes.
That was set up by my uncle, by the way. That's Darbari Seth's company.
Yes, and then Mr. Asad Pathan, he was CEO of Indian Oil Corporation, and then later on resident director of Tata and Sons. So we have a lot of stories. And in film industry, Dilip Kumar studied from this school where I am talking to you from.
Wow.
Ismail
Which school
Merchant.
would that be, sir? Which school would that be? Could you name it?
Anjuman-I-Islam is a boys' school at VT.
At VT. Okay.
At VT.
So you all carry the flair, even in your, आपके चेहरे में भी दिलीप कुमार सा एक flair है. तो
I did say he looks like Marlon Brando. I must change. I just changed my opinion. You look like Dilip Kumar. That's it. You're Dilip Kumar. Dilip Kumar is my favorite actor. All-time favorite actor. Not just of myself, but I think of millions and millions and millions of people all around the world. But absolutely wonderful. Gee.
Then we have Ismail Merchant for Ivory Merchant Films. He studied here and produced films in UK and France.
I have a list here. Could you correct me if I'm wrong? Salim Durrani,
was a cricketer.
the cricketer, was also from Anjuman-I-Islam.
Yeah.
Ghulam Parkar, also from Anjuman-I-Islam. Our friend Wasim Jaffer, whose record for the opening batsman in a Ranji Trophy match still remains unbeaten. He's still there.
Right. Yeah.
Dilip Kumar, of course. Kader Khan. Khan, sir.
I will interrupt you.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
The latest sensation, Yashaswi Jaiswal,
Yes.
studied in Urdu medium school of Anjuman-I-Islam.
Kya baat hai,
On
sahab.
his debut in Harry Shield, he scored a double century and took 13 wickets. And yesterday, we were declared champions at Harry Shield finals at Brabant Stadium. I personally attended the match.
और मैं अपने दर्शकों को बता दूं, Harris Shield is one of the oldest tournaments in not just India, in the world.
Yeah,
ये बता दें आपको.
24-year-old.
Yes. Correct. Fantastic. I didn't know about Yashaswi Jaiswal. Yashaswi Jaiswal आपके स्कूल में पढ़ा था? क्या बात है?
और उर्दू मीडियम में खेल रहे हैं?
और उर्दू मीडियम में.
जी.
अच्छा, he was उर्दू. Yes. एक वो जनाब क्या है कि my father एक मलाल रहा उनको सारी उम्र कि उनके इतने सिखाने के बाद भी मैं उर्दू नहीं पढ़ा, सिर्फ अल्फ़ाबेट सीख लिया, अलिफ बे पे ते टे से हे जीम खे दाल डाल जाल ये कर लिया, उसके आगे पढ़ा नहीं. So I think I must start again now. But anyway, what about the future, sir? How do you see the future, Dr. Kazi? आगे क्या?
फ्यूचर इज एक्सट्रीमली ब्राइट एंड हमारा ऐसा है कि हमारा भारतवर्ष विश्व गुरु बनने जा रहा है. तो इसमें यंग स्टूडेंट्स की, खास करके मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के भी यंग स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग देयर ओन वेज, and students of Anjuman per se, because all our students are from different caste, creed, religion, and I think we have a major role to play for making Bharatvarsha Vishwa Guru. तो फ्यूचर तो बहुत ब्राइट है और मैं ये समझता हूँ कि दूसरे जो मुल्क हैं उनके कंपैरिजन में भी हमारा भारतवर्ष बहुत आगे है. और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है हिंदुस्तान के नौजवानों से जो कॉलेजेस में, स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हैं, कि आपका भविष्य बहुत उज्जवल है. एक ही ध्यान रखना चाहिए इनको कि जो डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म जो आज अवेलेबल है उसके उपयोग अच्छे भी हैं, लेकिन जैसा एक एंटीबायोटिक का इफ़ेक्ट अच्छा होता है लेकिन साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स भी होते हैं. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म जो है, तुम्हारा फेसबुक कहिए और योर मोबाइल फ़ोन्स, व्हाट्सएप, इसमें ज़्यादा अगर हम कंसंट्रेट करें तो हमारा कंसंट्रेशन हिल जाएगा. तो हम हमारे बच्चों से यही कहते हैं कि इसका इस्तेमाल सही होना चाहिए, गलत इस्तेमाल न कीजिए.
Kavi sahab, you talked about, you specially mentioned the past 10 years has not been discriminatory. You gave a special mention of that. It has been. How was the education policy the last 10 years compared to earlier years? Because you have been in the system, you have seen both. With Prime Minister Modi introducing that culture of skill development. He said, I want my youth to be skill developed, educated but skill developed. Now, how has that changed the entire phenomenon here?
Yeah, all education policies were good at that point of time. This education policy is very well designed, and I was also involved in brainstorming. It was not that stakeholders were not taken into confidence. In fact, in Bangalore, we had a brainstorming session with Kasturi Ranjan Sahab, and I feel this is one of the best policies that we have, because it addresses to all the requirements of today and for another 50 years to come.
Wonderful, absolutely
and
wonderful.
More focus is given on innovative learning, creativity, and technical education is being imparted at a school level. I will give one example of that how it has been implemented, and it is a success story. There is one gentleman called Dr. Bhatkar, a super computer scientist who was at IIT Delhi. He developed an idea that's called Atal Tinkering Lab at the school level for 8th and 9th standard. And Niti Aayog took it up in collaboration with the Stockholm Technical University from Sweden. And I think about 2,000 schools were given an opportunity to establish. It was funded by the government of India, and it was a lab where technological equipments were put in place, the expert teachers were sent, and you'll be happy to know that about 12, 13 schools were offered this facilities, and Anjuman-I-Islam, Urdu medium girls school, accepted it first and implemented. And a year later, when the King and Queen of Sweden were to come, they wanted to select one institute, one school, pan-India, and they selected Anjuman-Islam's girls' school. I'm talking about 3 years ago. And that was a part of the new education policy. And thereafter, the students were made to design, invent sub-innovations. And you'll be very happy to know this girls' school, which is a Urdu medium school where girls come from slums. 2 of them were selected to represent Maharashtra at Pragati Maidan, where Prime Minister of India spent about 10 minutes at the table of these 2 girls from Anjuman-I-Islam Saif Girls School, Mumbai, and they designed a vertical turbine which will generate the electricity at rural areas. And thereafter, Government of India decided to participate in invention and innovation competition at school level. And from entire India, this was the one school which was selected. And these two girls, they were actually in hijab because they come from Urdu medium school.
Ji.
And they got silver medal for India at Bangkok, Thailand.
Wow. Well, you're
And
talking
then-
about Dr. Vijay Bhatkar, right? Dr.
Yes,
Vijay Bhatkar.
Vijay Bhatkar.
That's right.
And what does it say? That there is no discrimination, merit-based, two girls from a Urdu medium school representing India. What better message can we can give it to the world?
Wonderful. So here I would like to ask you this. I think it was 2014, 2014 की बात है. नरेंद्र मोदी जी अभी भी प्रधानमंत्री बने थे. उन्होंने ये कहा था कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमारे जितने भी बच्चे हैं, स्पेशली जो हमारे मुस्लिम बच्चे हैं, एक हाथ में कुरान हो और दूसरे हाथ में कंप्यूटर हो.
कंप्यूटर हो.
जी, दूसरे हाथ में द वर्ड दैट ही यूज्ड वाज लैपटॉप. दूसरे हाथ में लैपटॉप हो. तो आपको लगता है कि वो सपना जो है वो साकार हो रहा है अभी? अब अंजुमन के जरिए तो हो ही रहा है, बाकी हो रहा है कि नहीं? सर बताएं.
हो रहा है और होना भी चाहिए. और हर चीज को उसके रिजल्ट्स इमीडिएट कभी इंस्टेंट रिजल्ट नहीं आते. ये सिस्टम है, लेकिन इट इज मूविंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन. देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट.
Right, since we really have come to just one second, Pradeep. Since we really are coming towards the end of the show, there are two other gentlemen that I would like to mention. One is the only Muslim Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Abdul Rahman Antulay साहब भी शायद अंजुमन के स्टूडेंट थे. Is that correct?
जी हाँ, अंजुमन जी हाँ, अंजुमन के स्टूडेंट भी थे, अंजुमन के प्रेसिडेंट भी थे.
क्या बात है सर.
जहाँ मैं बैठा हूँ 1 साल वो प्रेसिडेंट भी रहे. और
Wonderful.
उनके नाम पे एक कॉलेज भी हमने शुरू किया, बैरिस्टर यार अंतुले लॉ कॉलेज.
और एक और भी शख्स थे जो हमारे बड़े अच्छे मित्र थे, मतलब अभी भी, उनका माजिद मेमन साहब, वो भी अंजुमन-ए-इस्लाम के.
जी हाँ.
Correct. Pradeep ji,
Now, I
आपकी
wanted to ask you, artificial intelligence is the biggest challenge the whole world is facing. And now the education system is going to be a bigger challenge because it is, how do you think you're going to keep pace where artificial intelligence is concerned? Because Anjuman is a big institution.
Yeah, we are working on that. It's a challenge, no doubt about it. And there were challenges also earlier when different modalities of like your WhatsApp came up, Facebook came up, and then Chat GPT came. There are a lot of things people were talking, ये होने वाला है, वो होने वाला है, but it's going to take time. And it's going to bring a lot of good things also, and there are going to be side effects. Let's wait and watch because it is
just
being
like you said
evolved.
about antibiotics.
Yes, so it will have a side effects as well.
That's right.
So let us wait and watch, and let us be prepared. One of the important things that Anjuman does, I would like the viewers to know about it. At the times of calamities, national calamities, Anjuman stands up and it is always contributed. For example, during COVID, we created a hospital for COVID patients, and we had a system wherein we and the government of Maharashtra then, we were feeding about 8,000 people per day who were migrant laborers and Adivasis at our campus at New Panvel. We went on for about 3 months. And in the midst of COVID, our staff used to drop the migrant laborers to the railway stations as well. And at the request of the government, we started a vaccination center in one of our Unani medical college. It was in the private domain, and we gave about 160,000 vaccinations, which is a record by itself. And we received a letter from the Prime Minister of India appreciating the role that we played.
जबरदस्त, फैंटास्टिक. सर चलते चलते ये बता दें कि अंजुमन-ए-इस्लाम स्कूल जो है मुंबई में तो आप हैं ही, उसके अलावा बाकी प्रेजेंस कहाँ पर है सर, वो जरा बताएं अंजुमन-ए-इस्लाम की.
We are in Penn, Maharashtra. We are in Navi Mumbai, New Panvel. We are in Pune, Panchgani, Sholapur. And we are planning to move now to neighboring state Goa. First time we are trying to go beyond Maharashtra.
क्या बात है.
And also
To your home state.
Yeah, my home state. And also we have established Anjuman's NGO in New York and London by name Overseas Friends of Anjuman.
Wonderful.
We have got all necessary registrations and all that so that we can have get together.
Absolutely wonderful. Right, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a great pleasure and an honor speaking to you.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Padma Shri Dr. Zahir KAZI. And Dr. Kazi Saab, we request you one of these days, whenever you have the time, if you are in BKC, please do drop by at our office. We would love to have a cup of coffee with you. And at some point of time, if you permit, we would like to come and shoot and do a proper documentary on the school that you are sitting in right now. If
Okay.
with your permission.
Done.
I was just because Dilip Kumar, Kadir Khan was part of your entire, and they were full of Urdu shairis and any shairis or philosophy of life which you always pursue. आपके tongue में हो जो.
That's right. Tabassum was also from Anjuman-I-Islam.
तबस्सुम also. अरे वाह तबस्सुम जी.
full
सर
fledged.
आपसे प्रदीप जी ने कुछ और पूछा है. चलते चलते कोई ऐसा शेर सुनाएं जो आपको इंस्पायर करता हो, अगर आपको याद हो.
लाइफ को इंस्पायर करते हैं आपके और लोगों को इंस्पायर करेंगे. अगर
If you feel like it, sir, please.
Sher Shairi is not my forte.
Okay. So, but there must be some ayat of the Holy Quran that must be inspiring you. You must.
हाँ,
be
इकरा
repeating it, sir.
बिस्मिका रब्बुकल लज़ी.
अरे
That's the ayat that
क्या
we
बात है, क्या बात. And you have kept it to heart. I must say, आप ऐसे शख्स हैं जिसने उसको अपने दिल पे लगा लिया है और उसको आप असल में अमल कर रहे हैं. क्या बात है साहब. Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure and an honor talking to you, Dr. Kazi. Thank you very much.
I will be inviting you for the inauguration of Dilip Kumar Auditorium at one of Anjuman School, which will be done maybe in the month of Jan.
That will be wonderful. It will be an honor to be there. Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you.
Namaskar.
That was really wonderful. That was really and truly wonderful. आप अपने कमेंट ज़रूर भेजें डॉक्टर ज़हीर काजी के बारे में. आप लोग क्या समझते हैं, उन्होंने क्या कुछ कहा, और जो उन्होंने कुरान की आयत पढ़ी वो पहली आयत है कुरान की. इकरा यानी एजुकेशन यानी लर्निंग, पढ़िए यानी पढ़िए, पढ़ाई करिए. और वो उन्होंने लड़ बांध ली है वो बात. और आप देखिए 97 स्कूल चला रहे हैं, 2 यतीम खाने चला रहे हैं, हॉस्पिटल भी चला रहे हैं, और now they're expanding, now they're going to Goa. Really and truly wonderful. I didn't know Salim Durrani was from here. or Wasim Jaffer.
Yashaswi Jaiswal studied there in Urdu school.
उर्दू स्कूल में यशस्वी जायसवाल. और हैरिस शील्ड में उसने डबल सेंचुरी बनाई और 9 विकेटें ली. क्या बात है साहब.
So we haven't seen his bowling abilities.
Maybe they should start him off as a bowler as well. But then do remember, even Virat Kohli started off as a pace bowler, and then switched, and then he was advised only to stick to batting. But it was a great pleasure talking to him. I really and truly loved it. That's it. That's all we've got for you in the special show of Nation. Now we'll of course be back in just a little while. थोड़ी देर में हम लोग वापस आएंगे मेन शो के साथ और बात करेंगे कि आज की क्या क्या घटनाएं हुई हैं पूरे देश में. Thank you so much. Namaskar.